Oh, there it goes. Okay. What's up? My name is Bobby Ridge, and I want to do a life extension vlog on stem cells with a particular focus on mesenchymal stem cells and discuss their life extension properties and how they're a promising life extension treatment. And, we'll likely see stem cells being IV'd and used in very incredible ways over this next decade. That'll become mainstream within the medical field. So that'll be really nice. So let's define stem cells real quick. Stem cells, they tend to have the ability to turn into other cells. But that's not all they can do. They also, a lot of them have specific functions, like mesenchymal stem cells can act as like immune cells and fight off diseases or, have regenerative properties. For example, they discovered that mesenchymal stem cells can donate mitochondria to other mesenchymal stem cells based on if they will live or not. Like the one mesenchymal stem cell is like really healthy, let's say, right? And it sees this one other MSC, mesenchymal stem cell MSC, sees another MSC and it's about to die, but it sees that, oh, if I just give it like 100 more mitochondria or whatever, like 10 more mitochondria, it'll live. And so it does these things, right? And so really incredible things coming out, right? I learned that from Dr. Neil Reardon. And so broadly speaking, there's three types of stem cells. There's embryonic stem cells, adult stem cells, and induced pluripotent stem cells. And then there's different types of adult stem cells, which are there's hematopoietic stem cells, mesenchymal stem cells, what the hell is that? Epithelial stem cells, and neuronal stem cells, right? Hematopoietic, those turn into like our blood and stuff, our blood cells and whatnot. Mesenchymal stem cells, they have a lot of functions. Epithelial, they turn into all the epithelial tissues that we have, and neuronal stem cells turn into neuronal adult stem cells. Or neuronal cells, sorry. Induced pluripotent stem cells are really interesting. Those are just, scientists can just grab any adult somatic cell and then turn it into a pluripotent stem cell using something called Yamanaka factors. Okay, so, and so stem cells, a lot of them are extending modeled organisms' lifespans. Hematopoietic and mesenchymal have been extending, you just inject them, right? I think, how many times do they do that? I don't know, man. But they inject the stem cells into the mice, right? And it extends their lifespan by like over 30%, high 30s too. There's a lot of replicated studies, and it's really fantastic, right? And there's a lot of good evidence that this will also occur in humans, and I'll discuss that. So wasn't there something else I wanted to discuss? Oh yeah, so and there's a lot of people, when they hear the word stem cell, there's a lot of controversy behind stem cells, but they always think embryonic, right? The controversy behind stem cells is only embryonic, right? And so it's not adult stem cells, right? There's embryonic, adult, and induced pluripotent. There's those three, speaking broadly, right? And so I'm not talking about embryonic, okay? Is everyone listening? I'm being clear. This is so difficult for people to understand for some reason. I am not discussing embryonic. I'm talking about adult stem cells, okay? Which there's no controversy. There's no chance of a fetus dying, okay? Absolutely no chance, okay? A bunch of research has been done on embryonic and trying to use it for therapeutic reasons, and it's very difficult to do this. Okay, and so adult stem cells is where it's at so far, right? So hopefully everyone heard that. I'm sure it went over a lot of people's heads. I'm not talking about embryonic. So everything I'm discussing is not controversial. So here's some evidence. So one way to figure out if something has life extension properties is if it's successfully treating multiple different disorders, right? If you see the same treatment successfully treating in a very robust manner, in like mice, for example, and you're tackling like multiple different diseases that don't really have much to do with each other, right? And are age related or something, right? And this whole wide array of diseases, it's like, look, dude, if it's having this huge regenerative effect, then there's a good chance it's going to have life extension properties. And so, look, that's what we're observing in humans. We're seeing stem cells being used to target so many different diseases. You know, I've found many human trials on stem cells successfully treating, you know, the definition of successfully treating requires an elaboration, but let's just talk simplicity for now because I don't have much longer. This is a life extension vlog. It's only 8 minutes. Successful. So I have human trials. I'll probably put the links in the description eventually. I'll try. I'll probably do it today. So for heart failure, stroke, autism, cerebral palsy, multiple sclerosis, spinal cord injuries, many different types of cancers, rheumatoid arthritis. Like, look, okay, I don't know if you just heard what I just said, but that's a lot of diseases, and that's a lot of diseases that have a lot that are very diverse, that don't have much to do with each other, right? By the way, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm a life extension researcher, so it's extremely important to support me, support the rest of the community as much as possible. I should do a vlog on all the ways you can support the community. I'm gonna write that down. Okay, let me write that down real quick. Live vlog. I'll make a vlog, a life extension vlog, on all the different ways you can support the community, and just go down the list and just do every single one of them, right? And make sure you like, you know, like all the different transhumanist pages and become a member of the United States Transhumanist Party and donate, you know, to the SENS Research Foundation and other, you know, promising companies that are trying to extend a lifespan, right? I'll do a list. So, you know, and then you see incredible case studies, right? Like, for example, Mel Gibson's dad, he was going to die at the age of like 90 or 91 years old. You know, he was going to die of aging, right? And so what happened? He had like a week to live. And so Mel Gibson took his dad to the Stem Cell Institute in Panama, right? The country Panama. He took him to Stem Cell Institute. Well, guess what? His dad is like 99 years old now, dude. Okay, he was going to die, and now he's 99 years old. Okay, it helped him live a lot longer. And so, dude, and, you know, he gets IV'd mesenchymal stem cells like at this location where Dr. Neil Reardon's at, and you know, it's probably because there's life extension effects, and it's always really great to see lifespans being extended in by beginning the treatments in an elderly age. That's so hard to say. Okay, so the 8 minutes is almost up. What else we got? You know, Dr. Neil Reardon and Mel Gibson actually went on Joe Rogan's podcast a while ago, like 2 years ago, so definitely check that out. So this will likely become a common practice, IVing mesenchymal stem cells, since they decrease as we age and we need those, right? It's very important. You know, it's pretty logical, right? Like, imagine, like, you know, the stem cells are trying to defeat some disease, maybe some age-related disease or whatever when you're like 80 years old, but you don't have enough, right? They don't just decrease in their amount, right? Because let's say we have like 100,000. I got to get the numbers all down correctly, but let's say you have like 100,000, right? When you're like 20, and then you only have like 1,000 when you're 80. Well, maybe some disease, some pathology requires 2,000 mesenchymal stem cells to defeat that pathology, but you can't defeat it because you don't have the right numbers. So it's just plug and play, right? It's just basic. So that's I want to talk about that, but whatever. A lot of doctors are actually really upset with the FDA because we see this like huge amount of diseases being tackled by stem cell therapy, and you see a lot of pushback by the FDA because for whatever reason, you know, it's really odd. So they're really upset. There's a lot of scientists that are really upset. I'll put some links in the description of some scientists talking about it, some doctors. I really want to see mesenchymal stem cells genetically edited, similar to that is what United Therapeutics is doing. They are genetically editing, you know, something to help with pulmonary arterial hypertension, and they're genetically engineering mesenchymal stem cells. I'm pretty sure they are. Damn, I should have double checked that. Okay, let's just say that's what they're doing. I'm pretty sure they're doing that. I'll double check. I'll make sure it's in the description if it's and so we really need to genetically edit all of our immune cells. I mean, we need to genetically edit all of our cells, really, but we really need to genetically edit, especially our immune cells, because our immune cells, they do so freaking much for us, right? And just a few tweaks here and there can really help us defeat a lot of diseases, right? You know, they're our defense mechanism, and they're constantly fighting diseases, and they can do a lot of stuff if you just make a few tweaks here and there, turn a couple genes off, turn a couple genes on, and that's already being done, right? You got CAR T cell therapies being FDA approved. ever since 2017, you see a lot of them getting FDA approved, a lot of immune cells being genetically edited and being re-injected into us to defeat diseases, right? And everyone knew genetic engineering or genetic editing would be this fantastic. So that's really great. I'll be personally injecting mesenchymal stem cells. I'll be going to the Stem Cell Institute in Panama soon, and I'll do a review. So that's really exciting. I want to increase my stem cell count. And yeah, all right, that's it for the live extension vlog. I went over the 8-minute count a little bit, and I look forward to living with you forever.